to design my way forward. So this I have already covered, which I'm not going to discuss further. So the conventional thinking was that choose a profession that normally even in movies you would have seen ke parents ne bola isliye maine ye choose kiya. I never wanted to be an engineer, but I became so because my parent or mother wanted to be, or to get an good job, or to get a good it was only job oriented career that we had in as a traditional thinking. But now the things have changed. Career is became more about the personality alignment. So largely the career has been divided on education based career and talent based career. Talent based meaning the skills based career, and then there are options available. Some run by the government of India organized universities, some are by private institutions as well. Okay, so this I'm not I'll be skipping few of the slides, but if there is any questions in between, I'm available to answer those queries. So I'll take you to largely this slide which shows what are the core options available after 10th. So as I mentioned, there are only 3 streams that opens a career after 10th: science, commerce, and arts. And that's a traditional way of reaching to career by completing your 11th and 12th and then doing graduation and further education. But there are certain career options available even after only 10th, because some families, they are not able to cope up with the situation wherein they can afford a longer education process for their children. So wherein some diploma programs are available. Normally these diplomas are 3 years of duration. Then some polytechnic courses are also available. When I say polytechnic courses, these are run by some government institutions, and some private institutions are also involved in running these programs. And these diplomas can be, again, if it is a technical diploma, then it will be 3 years of program. But there are some short duration diplomas also, but that will not be considered as appropriate or proper diploma, because after diploma there is a facility of lateral entry that we call. So when I'm saying lateral entry, it means the 3 years of your diploma that will take you to the second year of program or the graduation of that particular stream. Say for, if I to give an example, if any student is after 10th, he is directly taking admission to diploma course, uh, mechanical diploma, electrical diploma, or computer science diploma. Then he is, after completing his diploma, he is eligible to take admission to BTech course or BE program of any university in the second year. So he need not to take admission from the first year. So that way, what it happens is, it again becomes 10 plus 3 plus 3 years. So that is a one way of entry to any professional programs. But then there are some small diploma courses also available, which are being awarded by private institutions, like 1 month diploma, 3 months diploma. So those are preparing any child for vocational career. So one will not get an appropriate or a foolproof career after doing 3 months of diploma or 1 month of diploma. If you have to go for proper program, proper education, then the only path is 3 years of diploma followed by the graduation. Then there are some ITI courses also available. So which are, again run by the private and government organizations. These are all vocational based programs like electrician, radio technologist, insurance agent, digital photographer, fashion design technology, sewing technology, tool dye making, and etc. Then there are some, like if I talk about commerce oriented programs, then there are programs in accountancy, taxation, auto shop repair and all. Then stock market options are also available. Hospitality management programs are also available. And in vocational program, then there are some streams that opens up into the humanities side of it. Some programs into music, dancing, etc., etc. And some people who are inclined more towards the biology side of the career, or maybe the medical side of it, but somehow they are not able to take that longer path of education, meaning after 12th they can enroll for MBBS program. But if some students are not willing to take that regular path of the education, then they can go for some diploma programs that can be in any of these streams which I'm telling now. Maybe hospital assistance, rural healthcare, paramedic, nursing, lab technician, ECG technology, diploma in nursing, assistance, radiology, physiotherapy. So many like these. X-ray technologies. You might have, like we all have, experience whenever we go to hospital. It's not only the doctors. There are, other supporting staff also. So all these programs, these courses lead a person to such career in their life. Now, coming back to, if we go with a regular process of studies, or regular process of education, which is 10 plus 2 plus 3 years of 3 to 4 years of your graduation, and followed by PG courses. So what is the difference largely? If a candidate is going through after 10th wala career and after 12th wala career, there's a major difference. That is, if any child is willing to go for higher education in abroad, then this diploma program will not help him, because foreign education or foreign countries, they entertain only a child or candidate who has completed 10 plus 2 plus 4 years of graduations. Now, if you would have seen or heard about new education policy that has been, that has been introduced. So as per new education policy also, there is a program wherein a child after 12th can take up 3 years of degree, that is undergraduate program, or even 4 years of undergraduate program. And the major difference between these two is 3 years of undergraduation will be only graduation, and if it is a 4 years of program that the child is opting for, it will be he will be awarded a degree of honors in that particular stream. And Government of India has also made it 4 years of program, because then we bring our education system with at par with the international standards. Okay, so now I will take you to what are the career options available after 10 plus 2 program, because these programs which I told you just now are available only after 10th qualification. Anyone can enroll for these program, which will lead you to a vocational kind of earnings, but not for a professional earnings. Any questions here? Anyone?
No, ma'am, not yet. So you may
Not yet.
continue.
Okay.
We'll take a
So,
time.
yeah, so now I will, as I mentioned that it's like we call it a reverse journey when we have to select the career. So what are the career options available after 12th? Because we always have, some set in mind that I want to get into medical. So if someone wants to get into medical, he or she cannot do it after 10th. one will have to complete his 12th, and then only he can go for NEET or the different ways of other courses into medical stream. So now I will take you through some slides. What are the options available after 12th, which will help you to decide on whether the child wants to go for humanities, commerce, or for science, or even in science, whether the combination should be PCM or PCB. So these are, like I'll go stream wise. Let me take up this commerce stream first. Any person who want to become chartered accountant, who want to do certification or CFA kind of program, chartered financial analyst, or company secretary kind of roles, if anybody wants to choose, then commerce stream is more helpful and more advisable in that situation. Or if you want to get into ICWA, CS, even law can be done having commerce as a stream. The only some programs that one cannot do are which are science oriented streams. Export import diplomas or export import programs are also there, which are more suitable for a commerce person or commerce oriented person. Then we have arts as one of the streams. What are the options that are available or open for any student who has chosen humanities or arts as an option? Other than doing BA, he or she can go for social work kind of program also. There are undergrad program available in social work. Then one can go for BBA kind of programs, management programs. Foreign languages, any linguistic kind of role or profession can also be chosen or opens with the having humanities as a core subject. Then if anyone wants to get into education field, specifically doing B.Ed and M.Ed, and then followed by PhD, then also 12th with arts makes you eligible for these programs. Then largely other streams in arts are like law, journalism, library sciences, or anything to do with drama, acting. That also opens up with the humanities side. Then we have some other options like advertising, wherein one can have humanities and go for these professional careers. Then all the government jobs are opening up with either commerce, arts, or science background. So any candidate, any person who has done or completed his graduation into any of these streams is eligible to take up any government jobs other than the specialized skills roles. Now I'll be taking up some options available after 12.
Anshul ma'am, we have a question here.
Yeah.
What should we suggest a child of grade 10 who is bright but have not chosen what he or she wants to do in life?
So can you repeat, sir? Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. What should we suggest a child of class 10th who is bright but has not chosen what he or she wants to do in life? Nafis sir has presented the question. So if you can.
Okay. So see, first of all, if he has not chosen what he's bright into or what he's liking into, is this your question, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Right. So say for a child is good into sports, but somehow he got into maybe arts or science or commerce stream, and his education is into that. Then there are some certification program that he can do into sports. And if see, even in sports, it's not only about playing. There are allied career options available. So I'm just giving you an example, taking sports as one of the options for that particular child who's bright, but not good in studies, but good in sports, but somehow has chosen, say, for commerce as a stream. So what he can do, he should complete his graduation. For that, he has to choose some subjects. After doing that, he can still go for coaching kind of roles into sports. There are, one very unique feature available with the BCCI also, wherein any Indian national who is 18 years and above can appear for a test, and after qualifying that test, he can be umpire to international level of cricket also. So these kind of options available for such a child who has selected something, but he is interested into other domain. Same goes with, like, say for if he's in good into acting, or he want to make his career into photography, but he has selected some X program. So my suggestion to such child will be that let that person complete his graduation at least, because that is a mandatory these days for any of the programs, for any of the career option. You have to have graduation as your basic qualification. And even if the candidates are going to a career option after 10th, wherein diploma is required, or maybe some lesser education is required, but the when the appraisals are happening, a person who has got higher qualification will always be given advantage of it. So that's why I will suggest such a child that he needs to complete his graduation in whatever stream he has chosen, but he can still look forward for some programs or some courses, some certifications which are available in market to nurture his or her talent and interest. Secondly, for such a child, I will always encourage and recommend to do some kind of internships also, because many a times it happens that I think that I'm good into one particular skill set, but that may or may not be true. But how I can explore, or how I can evaluate that, is only by doing internship program. So even in summer camps, you would have seen that there are so many activities are being organized. So my recommendation to parents is, please utilize these platforms. Please encourage your child to do some activity oriented programs, wherein sometimes even it's an eye opener for parents also, that they get to know that my child is good into this activity, and parallelly the child can be nurtured into that interest as well. So this is my recommendation. First, enroll a child for a proper education. Secondly, simultaneously, he or she should be given some trainings upon wherein his interest lies in. Because today's time, there is no stoppage, there is no blockage for any of the career. See, Abhi, recently, when this in Jharkhand, that incident happened, wherein some people, miners were stuck, some laborers were stuck, and machines were also failed. Lot many engineers came to the rescue, but they failed. And trust me, even after me being into this space of career counseling for more than 2 decades, I got to know for the first time that red miners karke, there is again one kind of skill sets available in our country. So again, I'm saying that there is no stoppage, there is no hindrance for any of the interest or hobby. If a person is passionate about, so we need to find out what is my passion, and accordingly, I need to find a purpose. And bridging, passion to purpose is uh, what education or what kind of courses, what kind of learnings will help, that we need to identify. And that cannot be common to everyone, because every person has got different interest, different passions. but identifying that passion
Fine,
and
ma'am.
purpose
Ma'am,
is different.
ma'am, I think you
Yeah.
can go ahead with that. Nafis sir, I will get back to you separately on your query further. And
Yeah, so anyone who has, you know, a specific question, they can get in touch with me individually also after the session. And let me quickly cover, you know, science programs that are available after, you know, anybody chooses the science as an option. So one wider option that comes to science students is all the options available for commerce, all the options available for arts, all the options available for science are opening up into this stream. Say for PCMB, if a person wants to get into, he can get into not only medical but zoological kind of activities, then agriculture, biotechnology, dairy sciences, pharmacy. So any such streams can be open for a student having biology as a subject, and mathematics and PCM that we say. So any student having a combination of these subjects, again, is not only the engineering as an option, but lot many other options, like even in forces, there are streams opening up exclusively for students having PCM as their you know, combination of chosen subject. Then one you know, thing I would like to highlight: normally students are scared of or feared to take mathematics or maybe statistics, and sometimes parents also support into that. So I will just suggest and you know, share my thoughts on this, that mathematics is a basic requirement to upgrade or upskill one into his professional ladder. Because even you would have realized that once you reach to a seniority in your professional career, that is the time when you need to have good analytical skills. So please suggest or tell your child that mathematics is not something वेरी जो हम लोग बोलते हैं हिंदी में, एक कोई भूत नहीं है, कोई हवा नहीं है. इट इज जस्ट अ सब्जेक्ट, एंड दैट हेल्प्स, these calculations helps one to analyze the situation in a better way, to have, you know, higher aptitude, and to bring more clarity on calculating things easily. And the critical thinking also raises. I'm not saying the person who's not having mathematics will not have these traits, he will also have. But if you compare these two person, you will always find the one who has done good into mathematics or has taken mathematics as a subject till a higher education is more, you know, comfortable in doing all these calculations. So please encourage your child to have mathematics as a subject, with irrespective of whatever stream he wants to get into. So these are, you know, again, some courses which I have highlighted. I already spoken about with, you know, humanities side, one can get into history, economics, political science, psychology. Psychology is again very upcoming area. There are people who are taking science and then getting into psychology because it's a science subject. Psychology is not only a humanities subject. It covers lots of physiological and psychological aspects of the human anatomy. So that's how it's more of the scientific subject. Sociology, anthropology, literature, actuarial science. Yeah, actuarial science is, you know, one area which is not that much of discovered or known to people. It is an area wherein financial analyst, we all know that these people, they design a person's path, or they let the person know that what kind of investment he has to make to achieve a targeted amount of financial security after 10 years, after 12 years. Same way, actuarial science leads to a stream wherein a person, an expert, can design or let the situation knows that if in current situation you need 10 rupees then after 10 years, what would be the amount needed for doing a particular task? So actuarial science is again one area that is still not that much discovered, but can be looked at. Then we have geography, education. I already, spoken about econometrics, philosophy, linguistic. Humanities people normally they go for some language kind of, career also, wherein it opens up the streams towards being an author, the content writers, the web designers, etc. Then rural development, this is also one area which is not much known or not having much awareness about. See, even in management, normally we know that there are only two courses, BBA or MBA, but there are programs run by one institute which is located in Anand. IRMA is the name of the Institute of Rural Management, Ahmedabad, that specifically is being designed to develop programs into management of rural development. So such kind of programs can also be considered. uh, Economics with public and finance trade, then export oriented programs are also, streams are also open for students of humanities. So if your child is interested in any of these areas, or if his interest lies in any of these areas, then humanities will be a suitable choice. So career, I have already spoken about, I will not cover this. Then with BBA, with commerce streams, what are the options available? Briefly, I told about CA, CS. These are two options we know largely, but there are specialized courses or specialized careers available into financial and accounting and auditing programs, cost accounting, banking, finance, taxation, actuarial science. Again, it's an open stream for humanities, commerce, and science also. Company secretary, business management, foreign trade and practice, CA, ICWA, CS, other than some common programs. So this, I have already covered even these points. Some social, like if someone is interested into social work, then specialized education which is available is BSW, bachelors in social work. After that, masters in social work. So these, specialized courses are designed for people who are interested into social work. Then BJMC is the program, Bachelor's in Journalism and Mass Communication, which is designed to pursue career into mass communication, journalism, advertising, and all. Then population studies. So there are careers available even in these areas, but there are very limited institutions that provides specific programs. Recently, a few years ago, Government of India has started one institution that's in Gujarat, which is that provides education, proper degree programs on railways, and it's a 4 years of program. So if, and which leads to the kind of development is happening in India. Now we know that it's bullet train is also proposed. So what they will do, they will go and hire people from such institutions. So that kind of specialized programs are also available, but one needs to identify what is my interest. So then food and nutrition programs, these are all common programs with having mathematics as a subject. Few options that are available getting into with this subject: computer science, certainly information technology, electronics, BSc programs, or maybe BTech programs, polymer chemistry, industrial chemistry. Again, there are specialized institute. We all are from Mumbai, so we know there is one institute, ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology. So those kind of specialized institutions are available if anybody wants to get into chemistry kind of role, or environmental studies, or computer programming, drugs and dyes. So again and again, I'm repeating that one needs to identify what is my interest area, what is the highlight of my personality. The strength is that is to be mapped by parents, by teachers, and accordingly, one can identify what is the right career path for me. Okay, so there are various programs which I have, covered here. So I have already spoken a lot on others, but now I'll be, telling about medical or the PCB kind of combination. See, normally, whenever a person takes medicine as a choice, we only know he can get into MBBS, but there are so many other options that we call paramedical also, or allied medical studies, like bachelor's in homeopathic medical sciences, bachelor's in Ayurvedic medical sciences, Unani medical sciences, bachelor in dental services, veterinary science and animal husbandry kind of careers are also available, which are all being taken through NEET. Just in case if any student is not able to qualify NEET, I think parents need not to get disheartened or disappointed with that, because there are other options available. One can get into physiotherapy also, and after completing a proper program, the professional is called a doctor. Then there are options available into nuclear medicine technology. That's an upcoming technology, and this is healing even the bedridden patients. So that kind of expertise is required here, but people are not much aware about this particular stream, so nuclear medical technology. Then there are options available into respiratory therapy technology also. See, during Corona times, we all have experienced respiratory became such a hazardous things, which we never realized that सांस लेना भी इतना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. But there were experts, there were people who were trained to get into that. So that is also another area which opens up if someone is not getting into MBBS. Then prosthetic and orthotics. Prosthetics means the limbs, the artificial limbs, that is, or the artificial parts that are being created. So that is, a huge area, which is an allied medicine career. Audiography and speech therapy, occupational therapy, optometry. Optometry is related to eyes. All right. So what I'm trying to tell the students and the parents is that it is not a linear way of reaching or getting into a particular domain. There are several ways through which we can fulfill our aspirations and our career goals. Nursing and this laboratory technicians, sanitary inspectors, darkroom assistants. Even see, when we go to these X-ray labs, there are people who are being trained on certain skills. And even for ventilators, there are specialized skills given or imparted to the people who are sitting there, or who are there with the doctors, supporting them to do any kind of surgery or any kind of treatment. Architecture is, yes, one program. Normally, see, people are not having idea about that. It is being considered as on a normal BTech program. The degree awarded is BTech, but architecture is a 5 years program, and wherein normal BTech is 4 years program. So we also need to understand what is the duration of the program that I'm going to cater to, because that should not be a disalignment and disappointment later on. hotel industry. So this is a common, industry wherein, irrespective of the courses or the subjects that one has selected, any student who has chosen science, commerce, or arts as a option can get into hotel industry. But there again, so many options open up even in hotel industry, housekeeping, and this catering. Then marketing is also one area that is there. uh, lot many things, that food and beverages is also there. So in each of the programs, in each of the courses which I'm telling you now, it's not possible even for me to cover all the aspects. But if needed, we can do a specialized program only for one particular stream, which will help parents and even the students to go for a right choice. Now there are very unconventional programs or unconventional career options available in today's time, like pet grooming. I don't know how many of the present people would heard about. There are spas, there are hotels dedicatedly, exclusively only for pets, which are 5-star rated hotels. So pet grooming is again one specialized career. Hair styling, aromatherapy, tarot reading, video jockey, radio jockey, Reiki practitioner, makeup artist, cosmetologist, choreographer, singer, music. These are all what I'm mentioning now are interest or hobby based career options. So for these, you one needs not to have a degree, but with certification or expert learning, it can be, these programs or these career options can be taken as a professional choice. But my suggestion is one has to do his or her graduation for sure, so that there is no stoppage at any point of life. So modeling is again fashion industry, which I say. So fashion industry again, it is open to all the streams, wherein one can be into fashion modeling, editorial print modeling, sorry, catalog modeling, commercial print modeling, or runway or ramp modeling also. We see whenever there is any ramp walk or a fashion show happening, we just see or feel that it's only the model who's walking, that's all, that's his practice. But there is whole lot of industry involved, designing their dresses. All these areas again I'm saying are open with the interest of a person. Okay, so I'll just now open the forum for question and answer, because there are long slides otherwise.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So ma'am, there is a question where Usha wants to know about making a career in design. So design,
Design.
yeah.
Okay, so design again, design is just a word, but there are lot many options available even in design, whether you want to get into digital designing, or whether fashion designing, or into this product designing. So what kind of designing Usha wants to get into? That is my question to her. Accordingly, the programs can be suggested. And when I say designing, there is one institution located in Ahmedabad, National Institute of Designing, which covers all these programs. And then there are private institutions also, even in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai. There are institutions, there are colleges available which can help you into getting into proper designing career. But if you want to take it only as a option to nurture your interest, then there are different programs that can be suggested.
Right. So Usha, basically, as you mentioned, you wanted for product related. So product related, there are many institutions, you have private institutions also, and government institutions also. You have institutions like Aptech, you have NIIT, which deal with animation. Similarly, you have Maya Animations, and you have other institutions which give you a designing idea. And similarly, you have National Institute of Design, which is located in Ahmedabad and other parts of India as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kirloskar is also one institute that I will suggest in like if it is product designing. Kirloskar Institute is also largely known for this program.
right. Okay, Zaidan had a question. I'm taking PCB, but I don't want to go into medical field. So what can be the other fields that he can think of? I think there are paramedical courses that you mentioned. You can
Yeah.
also go in for MPhil, PhD after doing MSc and so on, right? If he doesn't want to go, and there are interdisciplinary subjects as well, right, ma'am?
Correct, correct. That is there. And apart from all this, see, even if you don't want to get into particularly science streams and having science as a subject, you can always, opt for if it's a PCM, then pilot, one can get into that pilot services, Navy services, armed forces, or maybe education also, because so there is lots of echo from somewhere. Okay, so because see, even for education, normally what we think, anyone who has humanities can be a good teacher, but that's not right. So
Right.
even to teach science subjects, we need to have science professionals as a teacher.
Correct. So Smita ma'am has a question about civil aviation. I think civil aviation, there are multiple ways of getting into. One is through IIT. IIT Kanpur has the best infrastructure for getting into becoming an aeronautical engineer. And so I think Nilesh sir, I think that answers your question. So getting into or becoming an aeronautical engineer, you need to be a certified person for who has done aeronautical engineering. And IIT Kanpur has the best airstrip and the best faculties for getting into becoming an aeronautical engineer. And for
Yeah,
civil,
that is there, Dr. Sumit. Sorry,
yes, sir.
interrupting
Yes,
you
ma'am.
here, but
Yes, ma'am.
since the question is straight, so I would like to intervene here. So,
Yes, ma'am.
aeronautical engineering, one is the doing the proper 4 years program into engineering into aeronautics. But just in case if someone could not do that for whatsoever reason, then there are private organizations also available that provides 1 to 2 years of programs into aeronautical services that leads one to acquire a career into maybe ground services of the aeronautics, or repairing part of it, or
Yeah,
maybe
but that is
flying part of
diploma,
it.
right, ma'am?
Yeah,
That
so
is more into
diplomas.
the, yeah,
See, private institutions normally,
cannot
if
give
it
you a
is not
degree.
university affiliated, they will not, they are not authorized to give you degree programs.
Yes.
One thing I would like to highlight to, all the parents here, whenever you are going to choose a course for your child, please check whether the institute has NEC accreditation, NB accreditation, or university affiliation.
UGC affiliation, basically.
UGC, it's not UGC affiliation, it is university affiliation. UGC is the granting body that approves universities.
Right. Fine. Devasi sir, you wanted any information for me being a pilot. So pilot, there can be commercial pilots and you can be a fighter pilot. So if you want to become a fighter pilot, the best process is through the NDA route. If you want to go in after 12th, basically, so you have an NDA exam which consists of, ma'am, you can add to that. So NDA exam basically consists of the basic maths, general knowledge, and English part. That is what the students need to clarify. After that, there are 2 rounds of interviews, one and along a group discussion. Apart from that, there is a medical test, so which happens across the country. There are places where it happens. And similarly, for becoming commercial pilot, you have certified institutions, but private institutions can only give you a diploma. And after that, you have to run as a do an internship, do a training, and then you can become a you can say first officer. So becoming a pilot roughly takes around 6 to 7 years after basically 10th or 12th, right, ma'am? I
Yeah, yeah,
guess.
that's true. So it's a for being commercial pilot. They see there are two ways. One, you get into any airline, say for Air India, so that channel is through government test. You will have one will have to appear for test and qualify that. That is merit basis. And second way of becoming a pilot is through CPL, that we say commercial pilot licensing, which is been awarded by private bodies also. Indigo is one which is quite authentic, because they have a program wherein they give job guarantee also in the Indigo itself. And then because of the financial like the fees, it's quite high fees that is being charged by the private institutions. So some people, they go to foreign institutions also to take CPL, that is commercial pilot licensing. And when one question was asked just now, that to be a fighter pilot, it is not, I cannot choose to be a fighter pilot. It's just the one gate which will be opening me to be a pilot if I qualify further, because there are internal exams also happens uh, that makes you to be a fighter pilot or just a pilot. The way it happens in forces, see, we see black cat commandos. We all know there are commandos, there are simple commandos, there are officials, and then there are black cat commandos. They are being given different training. They are being they qualified a different level of skill sets, and that's how they are being chosen to be commandos. Same way fighter pilots are to be chosen. One cannot say कि I want to be that. So please just clear this thought, parents.
Sure, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
yeah,
Fine.
yes, Dr. Sumit.
Yeah. So, ma'am, now I'll give you from the parents a Radcliffe perspective for what are the streams. So parents basically now, ma'am has already talked about. Just a minute. So, Priya, ma'am, I'll just a minute. My son wants to pursue commerce. Please guide career opportunity for commerce students too. Can child appear in NDA instance if he choose commerce? Yes, NDA can be done with commerce if the child has maths, because the basic thing is that the student needs to be having English along with maths and general studies. That are the things that need to be done. I will come to it. Uh, if you could just mute yourself. Okay, so can you please mute yourself, all of you?
Sarvadnya, please, Sarvadnya, can you please mute yourself? Sarvadnya Khainar.
Thank you. So now I'd like to just, okay, Atharvi, I'll just come to it. Just give me 5 to 10 minutes. I'll just explain it to you. What exactly, from a Radcliffe perspective, what exactly we bring onto the table that is going to help you become or achieve your goals. So when we talk about Radcliffe, so Radcliffe, we at Radcliffe in grade 11th, we are one of the first schools now who are offering interdisciplinary courses. So like ma'am was talking about that's being a science stream, you being a commerce stream and humanities stream. So now with the NEP, Aliza, we have our support team with us. Mr. Razi is already in us, so he's going to get back to you. Whatever queries all of you have it, we are just taking a note of that, and we will be getting back shortly. And there are going to be separate sessions wherein we'll be discussing about your queries that you may have. Okay. So coming back here, so now in Radcliffe with the NEP perspective coming into the picture, what we are doing, we are offering courses which are open. Obviously, we have selected a stream, for example, science stream, commerce stream, humanities stream. So these are the, broadly speaking, the three different streams that we have. But along with that, if you would like to choose something extra, for example, there have been some students who have approached us that from a commerce stream, with commerce generally it is the applied maths that is given as an option, but the students wanted standard maths. So we do have the flexibility to give that. We have humanities where we also have a tie-up with FTII Pune, wherein we go for the students are inclined to, so they get the exact exposure, they get the exact field trip where how exactly the filmmaking happens, how exactly the reporting happens. So we do have live lectures, we have lectures by experts from the media industry, from the film industry, who give and explain it to us, that explain it to the students what exactly is the thing that is needed. So we have we have multimedia. Along with that, we also have fine arts. So we have our students whose art was actually selected by Times of India, and they they came on their Mumbai Times newspaper also. So these are the different streams. Now coming to the case of only science, let me start off with the science stream. So we have our regular physics, chemistry, maths, bio. Along with that, we have an option to choose between physical education and computer science, or basically information technology that we call it. So these are the additional streams that we have it. Along with that, we are complying with all the NEP guidelines that are being prescribed and recommended to. So as a result, the student will get a complete idea if the student wants to go in for a particular course in India. That is, if he wants to go in for engineering, what are the avenues? And as a result, we also have a good partnership, in-house partnership, not that the students need to go out anywhere. We have our in-house partnership with good competitive exam preparations, where the students will get to prepare along with the school education. Because what exactly happens if the student goes outside the school and there is a complete different curriculum that is going on, and in school there is a complete different curriculum that is going on, so it creates a lot of effort for the student to put in the things. So as a result, what we have done, we have brought the well into for the students to prepare right in the school campus, so they do not have to venture out, they do not have to go anywhere out, and all the preparation, whether it is JEE or medical, everything will be done. And why leave out commerce in that case? So commerce also, we are tying up with a very reputed institution in Mumbai, which you must be aware, that is JK Shah. So their expert faculties are going to be with you, they are going to be the ones who are going to teach you, and you will have the basic foundation. So that, like ma'am was talking about the commerce stream, so commerce has, you can go in for CA, CFA, chartered accountancy, chartered financial accountancy, you can go in for actuarial sciences, you can go in for investment banking. So these are various domains which CA or the commerce stream opens it for you. Along with that, let us know when NEP orientation session. Sure, Vidya ma'am. We will let you know about it. Along with that, what we have is that we will also be giving you a guidance that what all are the streams that you should start focusing on. Right, when we say start focusing on, whether it is that you should be focusing on the competency based questions, because our examination pattern has already been aligned in accordance with that. So as a result, the students do not need to prepare separately. We are also tying up with students, for students on the study abroad basis. That is, we are tying up with specialized people who are the people who have been in the industry and who are helping the students go abroad. Sure, Adi, I'll come back to the case of commerce again. So broadly speaking, when we talk about study abroad, the students who want to go abroad, who are not yet decided that they would like to go in for engineering or medical, or they don't want to pursue anything from India, and along with that, if they want to go abroad, so as a result, we have tied up with people. We are trying to work on those lines so that the students get enough exposure, so they have everything on the plate to choose from, and everything, so that they do not need to run from anywhere to anywhere to get their things done. Now, Adi ma'am, you are talking about the commerce. So commerce, if we talk about, we have the subjects. If we talk about, so we have accounts, we have business studies, we have economics, we have English, right? Along with that, we have basic maths, and apart from that, physical education and IT are the two optional subjects that we have. CFA exam, if we talk about, CFA is Chartered Financial Accounting. Shavani, we can discuss separately on that. Razi is going to get back to you and we will discuss on that. Which institute is good for ACCA? Right. So we'll come to it and discuss about it. Now, CUET, when we talk about CUET, is a common university admission entrance test. That is also something that we have included the questions, the type of questions, the pattern of questions we have included in the pedagogy while teaching. So as a result, the students will get used to it while they are in the school campus itself. So they do not need to run and figure out from Google or figure out from different of their friends that how to prepare for the CUET exam exam, or for that matter, if they want to go in for, similarly, there were questions on architecture. So architecture is the students can go in for through a BArch route or through a NATA route. So depending upon, even MHCET gives you that. Along with that, if you don't want to pursue, if any of the students don't want to pursue anything on that, they want to go in for law, corporate law, there are business laws, there are different laws. Law is coming into the picture. So CLAT is a 4-year examination that is conducted. So everything, all these things, we are preparing the students right in the institution itself. So everything, the way to approach the question, the way how exactly the students need to approach for their exams, it is not different. It is not something out of the blue. That is the reason we are doing everything in-house. So this is something that, because we have our expert panel, we have, and I am Dr. Sumit Majumdar, as I have introduced earlier. Also, I'm a double PhD. I'm a PhD in physics and PhD in econophysics from Stuttgart, Germany. And I'm a certified counselor also, and I'm the head of examination Pan India and the academic head for senior secondary sections. So I take care of the complete academics, right from 8th to 12th. Everything goes from my desk. So as a result, anything that you have, any concern that you have, any queries that you want to discuss further with Anshul ma'am, or for that matter, any query that you'd like to discuss further, Mr. Razi is with us in the panel, so he will further guide all of you if you have any queries. So we can have separate one-on-one discussions in the school premises. We can have a planned meeting, and I can come over and we can discuss that, or we can also have it online. Fine. Which stream to choose for? I'll just take a couple of questions, Anshul ma'am, so that we can take that up. Which stream to choose for becoming pilot, BA or science? So pilot, for I think you need maths. The basic thing, physics and maths are the two prerequisites that you need to have, whether it's a commercial pilot, whether you'd like to go in for, or you'd like to go in for NDA, right, ma'am? Anshul ma'am?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the reason, if you notice, parents, like while talking to you guys, I insisted upon having maths as a subject, because maths become a prerequisite for so many programs, for so many courses, or so many exams also that you are, or one is taking up. तो maths अगर आप humanities रखेंगे तो भी maths भी रखेंगे, so it will help. See what happens, I'll tell you. Normally students or these youngsters, they always say, हम लोगों ने ज्योमेट्री पढ़ा, उसका क्या यूजेस है, आपने पढ़ा क्या यूजेस है. सो वी नीड टू टेल देम इट इज नॉट अबाउट द डायरेक्ट यूजेस. Actually, I'll just tell a bit here. See,
Yeah,
our
ma'am.
brain is having, two hemispheres, which is been dedicated or liable for different functioning. So there is one component of our brain which is liable for, or which is responsible for, only analytical skills. And if we are not having calculations in our that particular part of the brain, what will happen? It will become dead. आप देखिए, हम लोग थोड़ा देर बैठते हैं, अगर एक हाथ को ये पोजीशन में रखा तो यहाँ से वो सुन्न हो जाएगा, या इट विल नॉट फंक्शन. सो अगर वो थोड़ी देर में, आधे एक घंटे में इतना इम्पैक्ट आता है, तो जस्ट थिंक अबाउट आवर ब्रेन ऑल्सो. इफ वी आर नॉट फंक्शनिंग it, or if we are not giving task to our brain, what will happen? It will become dead, which we are not knowing. So that's how having mathematics is important, because it helps you, one, in qualifying any of the entrance exams. क्योंकि आप कोई भी entrance exam उठाएंगे, चाहे वो इंजीनियरिंग का है, पायलट का है, या आपको सीए के लिए है, anything I'm saying, it has to have three components at least. One is the aptitude test, which is about some logics that is been considered. Then there will be some analytical questions wherein one has to analyze about some data analysis, or doing some calculations. Third would be English plus general knowledge. तो ये
Right, ma'am.
component आप कोई भी टेस्ट करेंगे, it is universally applicable. One has to have this.
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Adi, we have both maths, basic maths and applied maths. And the difference between basic maths and applied maths is the level of question that is there, level of questions and the level of aptitude level questions that are going to be asked. So some are asked at a, what you must be knowing about higher order thinking skill type of question. So that is done in standard maths. In the case of applied maths, it goes slightly below that level, right? For commerce, which maths is better? For commerce, it is always better to go in for basic maths because you don't need the concept of integration differentiation. That becomes a little difficult, right? Athavi, I'll just take your last doubt. So IIT, for getting into IIT, there are two stages. You have to clear the JEE main and the JEE advanced. There are roughly around this year, roughly around 15 lakh students sat for IIT JEE mains, right? So for getting through JEE mains, you need to clear the three papers, right? That is physics, chemistry, and maths. These are the three things that you want to go in for. And I'm assuming that you are talking about BTech. IIT also has an option, or basically JEE also has an option to go in through BARC. So the BARC is also conducted through the JEE route itself, right? Now, coming to the case of BTech, the JEE, if you want to go in for IIT and do the BTech from IIT, the first stage is JEE main. Once you clear the JEE main exam, you clear the basic cutoff, you have above 75% in the JEE main, in your school board exams, and you have cleared the JEE main exam, then you are eligible for the JEE Advance. JEE Advance, roughly from 15 lakh, it comes down to roughly around 1.5 lakh students. So 1/10 of the students are just figured out from there. So 1.5 lakh students sit for the JEE Advance examination. So JEE Advance, again, you have to clear the JEE Advance result, and you have to be in the top 20 percentile of your board. So generally, nearly 99.8% is the CBSE average. So 20 percentile means you have to be above 80-85% of your board to be considered for JEE Advance. You may give the JEE Advance, but your marks may not be considered if your result is low, right? So this is how you get into IIT, and based on your rank is decided by chemistry, how much you score in chemistry in JEE Advance. That defines your rank in IIT. Okay. uh, I am a pass out of IIT Delhi, and I had a rank of 536. I'm from the 2003 batch of which came out from IIT Delhi. Okay. And so that's the reason I can vouch for that. This is the process which is followed. After that, if you want to go in for UPSC, you can choose any stream. It is not needed that you have to be from the science stream. You can choose psychology, you can choose geography. Geography is one of the easiest. You can, if you want to choose your specialization in. So UPSC will have main, you have the pre, then you have the main, and then the interview. So you have to clear these three, only then you would become a, depending upon your rank, whether you can become an IAS officer, IFS officer, or an IPS officer. IPS is also separate exam, but IAS, IFS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, are the examinations for which the recruitments are done using this, right? Okay. Fine. So what we would like to discuss now is that we would like to conclude now, because this was planned to be a 1 hour session because of Anshul ma'am's such an elaborate expansion. It was such a insightful information that we got, that we just got extended. So Razi has already put his number in the chat. So when whosoever wants to touch base with us, you can reach out to him, and he will be more than happy to arrange further counseling sessions, which can be one-on-one. Based on the appointment, we can definitely discuss it further, and we can close it out. Yeah. On that grounds, I would like to thank Anshul ma'am for an insightful start of our day, and for an insightful start for all the students, because this is going to be very, very enlightening for them, because it is because 11th 12th is the start of the career, right? Because that is what defines for us that what is the shape that we are going to take. uh, Okay, maths applied, Supriya will touch base separately with you and discuss further on it. Both applied maths and this thing, basic maths, separately after this conversation. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you for being there, supporting us with such a being a very good audience for all of us, which is really a pleasure to all of you have having with us. And thank you so much, Anshul ma'am, for being
Thank you so
such a
much. Thank you, Dr. Sumit, Dr. Khan, and Miss Tanuja, and wonderful parents. For any queries, I again keeping this session continued. Please touch base with me, and it's my passion to help people to nurture their interest and their career. So I'm always there. And IT जरूर रखना है कोई भी candidate के लिए, because even humanities will not work without digitization. So IT is a must. And I think Redcliffe school is doing wonderful, work. How he explained, Dr. Sumit, about what all in-house programs they have. So I will recommend it strongly that you need not to go elsewhere. Rather, you can take all the facilities in-house, and that will save your time and your energies also to align with different set of people, because you already have alignment with Redcliffe Institute.
Yeah.
So thank you so much,
Thank
each
you.
one of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.